So 3 top tips in no particular order, and I have them on my sheet here. Number one, ask questions and listen. If we are therapists, counselors, coaches, we are very good at asking questions and listen. So we have a skill set that most other people in the room will not have, not to the same degree. People feel good about themselves when they're talking. So therefore, when you go networking, you don't really want to go and be talking about yourself. Ask the other person a couple of questions. And then when they say, tell me about yourself, Richard, don't say to them, oh, I thought you'd never ask. You can say to them, oh, thanks for asking. Well, I'm a coach and I'm on the beach. Really? Which beach? Oh, I'm going to Wells Beach after this. And you've got hooked them into a conversation.
Yeah.
So that's the first one. Number two is know your stories. So I've already talked about Cranfield, Guy's Hospital, Cancer Pathway, Amazon, Beach Walk Coaching. So I'm able to tell you a whole bunch of Richard Maun stories that allows you to get to know me, and they're memorable. So if someone says, what do you do? And you go, oh, I'm just a therapist. No. You've done loads of training. You might talk about when you were training and say, oh, I love therapy. And in fact, it was really interesting. I first worked on awards in a hospital, and it was such an eye-opener for me, really exhilarating. Oh, why? So you can know your stories. Because if you don't know them, no one else is going to know them. And finally, and perhaps the most important one, set yourself a target of 2 networking meetings every week. Now, a networking meeting could be 5 minutes on the phone chatting to your friend. It could be cake in a coffee shop. It's axiomatically sort of true, I think. We won't build a business sat in front of our laptop. People need to see us and buy into us. So what's today? Wednesday, 3rd day of the new year. I've had a networking meeting this afternoon for 2 hours with someone who's launching a new business, and I'm just a person that she needs to help her. In the networking meeting, she talked about monetizing her opportunity, and I said, well, I could be a speaker for you. And she went, oh, that's a great idea. Would you be prepared to speak with, I'll say Ernst & Young for want of a name? And you go, yes, I think I could probably manage that. We would not have had that conversation if we hadn't spent an hour talking about children, tea, Christmas, potted plants, all the rest of it. So set yourself a target of 2 networking meetings in a week. And that anything is a meeting, but have 2 of them. So drive to Norfolk if you want to, and buy me a cup of tea if I'm around, and that's meeting number 1. Then drive to Edinburgh and see John or Saz, and that's meeting number 2. That's your first week taken care of.
As long as there's some cake, we're in, Richard.
As long as there's some cake.
And I know Saz will be.
Yeah, I mean, cake oils the wheels of business.
It does indeed, yes.
So those are the 3 top tips. Ask questions and listen. Know your stories. And have 2 networking meetings every week.